Can an inventory policy allow police to search the entire vehicle, or is that unconstitutional? My name is Anthony Bandiero. I'm an attorney and senior legal instructor for Blue Gold Law Enforcement Training, bringing you another roadside chat. This question comes from an officer in Colorado. He says, can the entire vehicle be included in a policy under a case called Colorado versus Bertine? The Bertine established that we can search containers in a vehicle during a custodial inventory if it coincides with department policy, and inventory criteria and so forth, as long as the officer doesn't act in bad faith. We're going to talk about that. Now, can the department include trunks, glove boxes, consoles into their policy, or does that violate the Fourth Amendment? Well, we have a few cases here that are relevant. The first one is South Dakota versus Opperman. That's a case from 1976. That's where the Supreme Court established that there is an inventory exception. It is an inventory search exception. Yes, inventories are searches. I do hear often that police officers, oh, no, they're not searches, they're inventories. Well, an inventory is a search. A pat-down is a search. But what kind of search? A limited search for a particular purpose. Pat-downs are for weapons. Inventories are for valuable items or dangerous items to protect, to record them, or to seize them for in protective custody and so forth. Now, can the policy include the entire vehicle? The answer is yes. That would be California versus Bertine, a case from 1990 where we can search closed containers or locked containers if it's part of your policy. Now, locked containers, you should have a way of getting into them, right? Locked containers would be like the glove box. As long as the key fit the glove box, we're not busting things open. At least I'm not. I'm not breaking their glove box. I'm not breaking their suitcase open necessarily to get the inventory unless they want to give me consent to put the code in there. But if they don't, unless I have PC, I'm not going to bust open their suitcase unless I have specific reasons to believe that there's something in there. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's not the way I roll. And the reason I don't roll that way is because I'm not, I wouldn't be doing it routinely like that. I wouldn't be breaking people's property. But I know that cops are going to break if they're allowed to do it, they're like, nah, I'm not going to break this guy's stuff open because he's just a business guy that is going to jail for DUI. But if I stop a gang member, oh man, I'm breaking open everything I can, right? So I don't like that kind of discretion because I know that agencies are probably not too excited, and supportive of like just breaking things open. Closed containers, no problem, right? The backpack, open it up. The hood, that's not a closed container, but the hood looking at the engine compartment, fine. But what about the Airbox or the air filter? Well, that's where we have to start getting suspicious because your policy most likely does not say that you're searching the Airbox or an air filter. And if it did, it's probably written by somebody who's all they care about is pretext, right? They just want to find guns and drugs that are hidden in airboxes. They're not really interested in protecting the person's property from theft or damage. And the reason I bring this up is because pretext inventories are prohibited under the Constitution. You're not supposed to tow and search a car as an inventory with the pretext of trying to find evidence against the person. This mainly happens when officers will stop a car. They can tow, but they probably wouldn't tow, but they do tow because they want to get into the car and look for evidence against the driver. Be careful about that. That is prohibited. So at the end of the day, this is a straightforward question with a straightforward answer. Follow your policy. What does your policy say? How are you trained by your department? What do you normally do? Most policies, in my view, are going to explicitly allow that you search containers. You search backpacks, you search purses, you search glove boxes. Those are all legitimate inventory searches. Okay? Now, before you guys leave, do me a favor. Like, subscribe, hit the notification, but also share with your friends. And finally, I got to give a little commercial break to the webinars that Blue to Gold does every single week. If you are a police officer, if you are a prosecutor, if you're just somebody who wants to know more about the law and you want to join me and just kind of see what I have to say, go to bluetogold.com and check out the free webinars. Okay? Okay, until next time, my friends, you stay safe.